Alright, what's up guys? So, Police Insider, they have uploaded a video titled "The Moment Gangster Realized Cops Found the Body." Now, I am hoping that they don't show nothing crazy in this video. But then again, I don't know. Just, yeah, hopefully, I don't think they're gonna, I think they, if anything, they're probably just gonna show just strictly the body cam footage. But yeah, I'm just saying that on I'm just because if y'all see this video, then they ain't uploading nothing crazy. But if you don't see this video, then I don't even know why I'm speaking as if you guys won't, because you guys won't see a video. But yeah, it's just, living that high risk lifestyle where it's like I just don't even know the extent of this situation, but I'm like, fam, that gangster lifestyle, it's like, bruh, I'm telling you, all that's just gonna do is just put you in a bad situation, and I know there's at times where it's like that's really the only lifestyle a person can afford, but it's like, do what you can to get out of that lifestyle. It's like, fam, the thing is this, I don't think people realize that, but it's like, you got your whole life ahead of you. You could do whatever it is that you want to do, but at least make sure of it that it benefits you in a positive way, to where it's like, you don't have to worry about cops, you don't have no issues, you don't have nothing to worry about. You could be in the comfort of your home chilling. If you got family, you could be chilling with them, kids, wife, or husband, I don't know. I'm like, it's just one of those things where it's like, anybody in this world, man or woman, it's like, you got your whole life ahead of you. Don't throw it away on some silly stuff, but nah, let's go ahead, check out this video. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Police Insider. But anyway,
Randall, an Uber Eats delivery driver, was about to make his last delivery when he received a call from his wife at 6:45 p.m. He told her that he'd be home soon and stopped by his last drop point. All was okay until he pushed the doorbell. For a few minutes, nobody answered the door. It was then opened by a huge man with tattoos all over his face. His name was Oscar. Randall did not return home that night. The next day, Oscar took out a few garbage bags along with his driver and dumped them in the trash bin near his house, unaware of the CCTV cameras. Meanwhile, Randall's family and the police were searching for him for 2 days around the same property. Nobody knew what had happened to Randall until Oscar's roommate arrived and showed them the chilling CCTV footage.
This was absolutely a horrific crime of passion. This person, you always say the word evil, but this is demonic.
The faces of officers have been blurred by the sheriff's department. We tried our best to get them to not do this, but they said that it is for officer safety and they are allowed to do it under Florida law. We know it's super annoying, but please bear with us and watch the whole video. This is a rarest of rare case.
And it's like, they didn't even say what was because there ain't no reason to kill the guy, but it's all like, what, he just delivers your food, then you kill him? It's like, like that cop said, it's like, it has to be something demonic, because that ain't normal. It's like, you just out here killing people and they ain't even did nothing to you and things. He's delivering you food and stuff. So was that even the case? It's like, was he delivering you food, or you was just looking for the next person to kill? That's just the messed up part about it. He's out here doing his job, and then you trying to satisfy a demonic passion. Yeah, that's just weird.
Behind this house, watching the back of this house, so I'll get whoever just pulled up to go back there.
Whatever you want.
We're waiting for a search warrant or something? Probably. That we're waiting for.
I have consent for the house, but we're waiting. I took it. It's in the garbage. I opened up the garbage bags. One had the guts, the other one had the legs. And I stopped at the legs. I'm not doing it anymore.
Is his car here?
Wow.
No, he's on video. He has a video at the house. Okay. He's on the video.
So wait, you got video from the homeowner?
Yeah, one of the tenants is here. Gave us, pulled up the video.
He's just handing you guys everything.
Yeah, he wasn't here when it took place.
Oh.
And then there's video in the back of the house of them pulling the garbage bags around to the side.
So we lit a video of suspects moving the deceased.
Yeah. So
Our detectives did the right thing. They asked for permission to go through the trash bags, to go into trash bags. There was several of them. And unfortunately, what we found inside of some of those trash bags was human remains.
Surveillance camera footage captured.
Put that dude in prison for the rest of his life. He don't need to. And I know people will probably be all like, oh no, they'll give him death row or whatever. Yeah, I don't know how that works out, because it sounded like they said Florida there in Florida. I'm like, nah, my thing is this. One thing that I've always have said is like, I'm not with the whole death penalty thing, but life in prison. The reason why I would, if I was like a judge and then I had the choice of giving somebody life or death, and it's like, yeah, you know, with like the death penalty, it's, you know, it's like at any given point in time they could be selected to, you know, pretty much get killed and things. But I'm like, nah, I just feel like that's just the easy way out. It's like, no, it's like I want this person to live with the fact that it's like you committed a crime that there was even no reason to do that. So it's like I'll put them in prison, put them in a prison where it's like you can't have you even because I know there's probably people they like look forward to going to prison. They were like, oh, I'll be having fun in prison. I'm like, whatever is like the like maximum security prison where I'm like, you can't have fun. You can't communicate with people. You can't do. You're gonna have to sit down and live with the fact that you killed this man for no reason. So I'm like, nah. It's like you're getting life in prison. If I gotta be that judge to find the best possible prison to put him in, so he can just overall like the only thing that he has to think about and you know just it's like the fact that you killed this man, you're gonna have to live with that for the rest of your life, and I make sure of it that it's all like it's like you don't try to do nothing crazy to your life, so it's like, oh, I can't take that thought no more, and it's like, nah fam, you killed that man for no reason, so it's like you just gonna have to live, that's what you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life until your body can't take it no more, and then you just overall just pass on due to old age or whatever, you know. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, nah, you ain't gonna get no easy way out with me, not if I'm the judge.
Richard Randall waiting at the door before being abruptly pulled inside by Oscar.
You watch the video, he's a guy just like everybody else, just trying to make a living for his family. And you can actually see the victim walking up to the house to deliver food. But the video cuts off.
Reports indicate that he was stabbed 35 times inside the house.
The suspect, Oscar Salas, was carrying trash bags with another individual, and you can see them carrying these trash bags around the side of the house.
So we're still working on that. They literally just found that like 30 minutes ago.
So have we confirmed that is the Signal 8 somehow?
I mean, we haven't confirmed because we can't see the face or anything. They just dug through, saw some like insides, some guts.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And then they were like, they saw what they thought was a foot, so they called the lieutenant. The lieutenant's like, listen, don't it up, but just verify it's a foot. So they opened it a little more and it's attached to a leg. So, and they stopped at that point.
Officers were not yet sure if he was inside the house, but they were about to determine his whereabouts through his roommate, whose statements would change the course of the case.
So we haven't confirmed that it is the victim, but I mean, somebody's definitely dead. It's
Somebody's definitely
very,
dead.
very likely that it's him. If I was a bet man.
Well, on his checklist, he's supposed to have a suspicious
I'm just so curious how this played out. Like,
He was here for like 30 minutes.
There was nothing suspicious about it as of
This guy
yesterday.
does that.
They don't.
And then it just went dead.
One of the neighbors provided the police with crucial information about the murderer, which would help identify him.
Do you know your neighbors?
I do not. I've met the one guy one time
What's
that's
that guy look like?
covered in tattoos.
When did you meet him?
This is about a month ago.
So you've lived here for a month. So about when you first moved in there?
Basically, it was like literally like 3 or 4 days after I moved in, because I'm living here to help my mom out.
Do you know his name?
I can't remember it offhand.
Does it start with an O?
No, all I got from him is he's originally from California. He had just got out of prison recently. He did like 12 years.
He was
And
in prison in California?
I don't know if it was California or not. He just mentioned that he had
I'm like, so you got out of prison and then you go right back in. See, that's somebody where it's like, I just don't get it where it's like, I feel that a lot of people don't want to go to prison, and then when you hear when dudes come up out of prison, it's like, yeah, they're just, they don't want to go back. So it's like you doing everything that you can to just stay out of it. But yeah, it's like in his case, I'm like, yeah, he's probably a fan of prison, so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I definitely would find like because I know I did say the best possible prison. I just find the prison where it's like you can't have fun, you can't do. It's like, nah, it's gonna be one of those things where I think people are gonna look at me as the villain in this whole situation, because I'm gonna try to find like the worst possible prison to put you in, where it's not like if it's like a maximum security, meaning like they gonna have you strapped outside like how they had Michael Myers in Halloween, then so be it. But I'm all like, it ain't gonna be you, I'm gonna be having like, this is the life, like, I love prison and all this. No, the thing is this, my mission is to get you to hate prison. So at that point, then it's like you at some point in time can realize, dang, like I was out and about, like I could have had myself a good life, could have been doing something productive, but nah, you decide to do something where it's like not only did you mess your life up, but then you messed up this man's family's life, where it's like now it's like, yeah, they he had kids, they like kids ain't gonna be able to see their dad, wife ain't gonna be able to see their husband, then his other extended family like cousin, brother, with just whatever and stuff, you know, it's like they're not gonna be able to see him no more because of you and your just weird mindset. But anyway,
I'm done with 12 years in prison.
You know what he went to prison for?
No, he didn't go into details about it.
Okay.
And then the only other thing I assume is that he may have been a gang member just because of the way his tattoos were presented, and he had the big 13 on his forehead. So.
Big 13?
The neighbor's mention of the number 13 tattooed on Oscar's head was alarming, as it suggested he was likely a member of the Mara Salvatrucha gang, commonly known as MS-13. Although their leader, Ernesto Miranda, was killed in 2006, the gang remains active to this day.
Well, because 90% of the time there's no person contact. You just set stuff down at the front door and leave. But like, was he gonna just wait for the trash guy to come pick this up?
That's what it seems like.
It would work.
Why didn't you? It would work. If that was
Detectives went to the house, walked around it. There was nothing really suspicious on out there. Nobody answered the door. And so there's actually a body of water across the street. They looked over there to see if maybe something happened. There was no evidence of anything going on. We held the scene as a crime scene. We were waiting for Emmy, the medical examiner, to come out. Forensics came out.
It's this one, right? This one? Yeah. Yeah. So they don't think anyone's home?
That'd just be frightening, like, just with being, like, the neighbors are surrounding that house where it's like, you know, that's crazy. It's like, it's something where it's like, I know that I wouldn't feel comfortable in that neighborhood no more. I'm like, nah, after that, I'm like, it just, to me, that would just bring back, like, just so many bad memories looking at that house and stuff. And I'm like, it's stuff like that is traumatizing, man. You know, it's like, I don't think people realize that, you know, but anyways.
No, there's some dude named Oscar who has like a criminal history like crazy in there. Oh, they smell it.
Dude, I don't want to look inside that.
No.
Yeah.
You don't need to see it, you don't need to see it.
Yeah.
You're not part of it.
That's, yeah, and I 100% agree with that. It's like, if I was the first officer on the scene and seen that garbage can, any other officer, I'm like, no. I'm like, the people that's equipped to handle that type of stuff, they need to be the ones seeing it. But if there was a cop like walking the door, like, oh, I would like, you know, like, let me like look inside. I'm like, no, that's something where I'm like, I imagine there's been things that have traumatized me on the internet. I can only imagine it's like you being that cop, and that's just like, you know, freaking kudos to the cop for, you know, just still being able to go on with their careers after seeing some old crazy stuff like that. But yeah, it's like I definitely would have been like, I probably would have retired. I'm like, nah, I'm like, that's enough for me to just be like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, I definitely would have been telling cops, I'm like, don't look in that trash can. I'm like, do any and everything else. I'm like, walk around this neighborhood if you need to, but do not look in that trash can.
It's not good. You see enough shit.
I saw a big gator swimming around in there. Yeah. Oh shit. It's blowing up in the air. Is it in that bag right there, or is it just all?
I can see that one is flopping open right now. I can see some trash coming out of it. I'm assuming it's probably the one where the flies are buzzing around.
When detectives spoke with the murderer's roommate who lived with his wife and child, he revealed that they had heard a loud noise coming from the murderer's bedroom on the night Randall delivered the food. Feeling uneasy, they decided to leave the house and book a hotel room for the night. 2 days later, it was this roommate who provided the surveillance camera footage to the police.
So the point was, I'm so glad that we moved out. I stayed in a hotel lot. Oscar Jr. is escalating in the way his behavior is.
Gotcha.
And they said they couldn't remove him because he's been there a while. They started to collect mail.
Parole. He had been in parole in Indiana. He had just moved down to Florida back in January. And so you'll hear his background is a very violent individual.
So I called the landlord that we're leaving. We can't stay here with this guy. And he's like, oh no, you signed the lease. You leave here. I'm going to sue. You're going to pay me. And I called his dad. And we had a conversation before.
They told me no.
I don't have the log.
So Daddy said he's going to sue me too if I leave. They wanted me to pay rent. So I'm glad we left. So to get into the house, I was locked out last night for the front door. There is a bolt on top.
So you have a key for the side door, and then you said the front one has a deadbolt you don't have a key for?
This is the front door, which is a deadbolt and a key knob, but there's also a sliding one.
Oh, there's a lock
inside.
up top. Okay.
That's what I was telling them. I was locked. Me and the wife were locked out last night, yelling and screaming and pushing doorbells and everything. Found out later on he was sleeping in his room, and then I remembered I have a spare key hidden inside the AC unit on the side for the side door. So we went through the garage, and I unbolted the door and let my wife in. And that's when I saw a lot of different evidence in there. I told them about. I mean, there's even a hammer in there, but I didn't see any blood anywhere.
The roommate told the officers that Oscar had placed the dismembered body in a trash bag and moved it out with the help of a driver hired by his father. However, the driver was unaware of the bag's contents. Yet, this wasn't the only crucial information the police received.
Oscar Jr. has a fascination with young kids. That was part of my other problems. I don't know if he's a pedophile or what, but there's young kids coming and going out of this house all the time. And that's one reason I'm leaving. And so I know what's going on. I hope it's not a kid.
Crazy.
I just hope Oscar Jr. rots in prison.
There are several pictures. These individuals, and I'll tell you, if you're one of those individuals or you're the parent or guardian of one of these kids, it looks like they're young adults, they're not in trouble. We just need to know who they are. Can they come forward information? They were actually in the house about an hour before the homicide occurred.
Wow.
So if anybody has any information, please come forward. As I said, you're not in trouble.
And it's a 3-bedroom
Oh, okay,
house.
so you rent it along with his dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But his dad has never spent a night in there. It was a place for his daughter to stay. So it was
Gotcha.
me and his daughter staying there. And when Oscar Jr. came out of prison 2-3 months ago, his daughter left. She couldn't stand her brother because he's annoying and stuff. So right now it's just me and
Hey,
Oscar
what's up?
Jr. and my wife.
So we need you guys on opposite sides of the house and to like be vigilant because they think the suspect's still inside. Yeah, they want one of you on each side of the house because homeboy may still be inside.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't called them with this amount
That'd be
of...
crazy if he was in there the whole time. I'm like, yeah, that's something where I'm like, man, I'm like, that's because like, what could he possibly have in that house? It's like it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, if I'm a cop, I'm like, we calling up every cop that we possibly can to show up here. I'm like, because I ain't going in that house by myself. Nah, that man, whatever he got going on, I'm like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, look, bruh. I'm like, my thing is this, if I go in there and I have to end up coming across that guy, it's going to be a situation where I'm like, it's either my life or his. I don't want it to come down to that, so that's why I'm like, because I want him to, serve his time in prison. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, there's only one cop that can respond, at the time. I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, nah, it's either it's my life or his. And it's like, I know I don't plan on going in that house to die, so.
Law enforcement action.
Right, that's what I mean. Because the amount of people that have come from Overland, they've been filming us, so.
Soon, Randall's car, which he had been using to deliver food that night, was found not far from the crime scene. It was also confirmed that the murderer was still inside the house.
That's crazy.
This immediately prompted the officers to adopt a defensive stance, as the man was considered dangerous and anything could happen at any moment.
My thing is, it's like, yeah, them cops, it's like, you guys is just out there talking, all of a sudden, bullets just start flying up out of the house and things, and it's like, that could have happened at any given moment. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, you do what you gotta do to protect yourself in a situation like this.
Hey, guys, just so you know, he might come outside. If so, I'll challenge first.
Hey, unless he comes out that back door, they're challenging from the front. Let them give all the commands.
We know if he has firearms. His bedroom is on this side.
They're saying they're on the phone with the dad, and the dad's on the phone with him, and he's gonna those boxes on to come out. So we'll see how that plays out. If not, we'll use the PA. If not, I'll just holler at him. But you guys don't have anything. He's still handcuffed.
Right. We just want him detained.
Gotcha. Sorry, bro. I was looking for you.
A perimeter was established around the suspect's house to ensure that he had no means of escape.
We got paper set up. They're coming up with another shield. I got one right there. Rifle. We'll swap out, take cover, on cover. You want to down that? Is this your car? Put that thing down and grab that other one. You got another one? Use that one. I think that was expired. So he's supposedly coming out cooperative, right? I'll give commands. We're going to talk.
It's like, the more I watch these videos, because I feel like if this would have been my first time seeing this video, like, you know, I wouldn't feel like how I'm feeling right now, but I feel like nervous for these cops, you know, because, yeah, it's like after, if you being that cop that opens up that garbage can and then you know, see like person's like remains in there. And then, yeah, then it's like, then you know the person is still inside the house. Yeah, it's like, I now understand, like, you know, when a cop, like, like any situation is, like, nerve-wracking, I'm like, it's facts. It's 100% facts. I'm like, you can't, the thing is this, you can't look at this and be like, oh, okay, it's like, well, we got more numbers than him. Yeah, it's like, that might be the case, but still, it's like, I imagine all of those cops that then showed up, it's like, unless there's, like, that one, like, cop where it's like, oh, I handle stuff like this all the time, it don't faze me, then yeah, but it's like you being that cop where it's like this is your first time dealing with something to this extent. Yeah, I imagine it'll be nerve-wracking.
Welcome back to us. Someone's gonna put him in cuffs. Garmin's coming up with a less lethal in case we need that option.
I know he has to hear all of that too.
Hold right there. Cigarettes? Door open. Front door open. Stand by.
Hey, Oscar! Walk to me. Keep your hands up. Walk to me. Walk to me. Walk to me. Come through. Walk to me. Come out. Come out. Keep your hands up where we can see him. Come out to me. Come out to me. Come toward me. You're good, boss. Just come out toward me. Pick up the line or step over it. Step over the cross. Sir, go inside. Go inside. There you go.
Yeah, it's like, that's one thing about it. It's like, if I'm that neighbor, I'm not going to be going out there like, oh, let me get a closer look and stand outside and things. So bullets start flying back and forth all over the place. Like, fam, I'm looking at the very last blind of the window, and I don't care if I mess my back up. I don't care whatever parts of my body I mess up. I'm looking at the very last blind out my window, and I'm staying inside the comfort of my house. But I am not looking out. I am not going to walk outside when all of that is going on.
Coming toward me, boss. Come here, buddy. All right, keep coming. Keep coming. All right, do me a favor, boss. Turn around. Turn around, face your house. Back up toward me. Just keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Back up toward me. Back up toward me. Keep coming, buddy. Keep coming. Back up. Keep coming. Keep coming. Come on. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming.
Drop what you have. Drop what you have. Drop what you have. Drop what you have.
Hold on, we'll talk about it in just a second.
It's like, man, don't play that game. It's like, you got video. Do not play that game.
Appreciate you coming out, boss. We're just being detained for everybody's safety right now.
Yeah.
Detectives are going to talk to you. I don't have anything for you right now, boss. All right, we're just here to make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
Everybody's good. Detectives back there are gonna have a chat with you.
Yes,
cool.
Sir.
All right.
Can I have a cigarette?
Yeah, we'll grab those. I got you, bud. I got you. Hey, out there. Anybody else inside right now?
Nobody else inside.
Nobody else inside. Any animals?
No animals, but I don't give consent for anybody to go inside my
That's
house.
fine, buddy. That's fine. Okay. Hey,
I'm
guys.
like, what about the other dude, the roommate? I'm like, yeah, he got some stuff in there he don't want them cops to see.
You ain't got a dot on or nothing, you? No, I got you. Okay.
I was just in bed, literally.
I got you. Okay.
Step up. Just scoot all the way in.
I mean, actually taken away?
No, not at this point. You're just
put in the car for a
detained.
minute, okay?
I'm about to say, I just really woke up out of bed.
Okay, just twist your legs in.
He act like just because he woke up out of bed, it's like whatever stuff he did the day before, like, oh, it just cancels out. Like, oh, I went to sleep, so therefore whatever I did, it just cancels out. I don't remember doing anything crazy. It's like, nah, but I guess like the security footage, the evidence outside the house, and then whatever evidence he got inside the house, yeah, that don't mean nothing.
Keep the AC going for you, okay? The air conditioner? Alright. Scoot your knee in just a little bit so it doesn't get you. There you go.
Hey, I'm still rolling. It's oh shit. He's saying nobody's supposed to be in there. No animals. Okay. Saying we're not allowed to go in, but Hang tight. Good work. Appreciate it, guys.
I'm like, my thing is this. I feel like with a crime like that, like just straight up murder, I feel like stuff like that, consent and all that is just thrown once they get a... Okay, so they still do need a search warrant. But yeah, but it's like, fam, my thing is this. If we know where the suspect is at and we know that they killed somebody, we have evidence to show that they killed, I feel like all that stuff is just not all thrown out there. I know cops still got to follow that rule, but yeah, I don't know. I find that kind of weird where it's like, why are you saying like, oh, I don't give you consent to search? Because it's like, my thing is this: if you didn't do nothing wrong, whatever that crime is that occurred that day or any other crime, if you ain't got nothing bad in your house and you know you ain't did nothing wrong, your room's a little bit messy and you don't want cops, I would rather for the cops to see me having a messy room than to have it where they're accusing me of a crime that I know I didn't commit. But if I know I committed that crime, then I'm like, at that point, I'm caught. I can't get up out of this, so whatever happens, happens.
To get the search warrant, we can just handle it here, honestly. We have Star 1 and Star 3. But that's above my pay grade. I'm just a weak corporal, but that's my...
When deputies inspected Randall's car, they noticed a white powdery substance, likely paint, on the seat and car handle. Additionally, they also found Oscar's time card on one of the seats. Neighbors reported seeing the car parked in the same spot for 2 to 3 days, but they had no knowledge of its occupants. Using metal detectors, investigators found Randall's phone battery discarded in the canal behind Oscar's house. However, it was nothing compared to what they were going to find inside the house.
Oscar, we're gonna get you out of this car, and I'm gonna move you right back to this car, okay?
That's why he's all like, well, I don't give you consent to search.
What's going on?
The detectives are gonna come talk to you and explain, okay?
All right. Which one is the detective?
He's back there. He's gonna come
I have
up.
a smoke. I'm just...
I got you.
looking everywhere, and it seems like I'm the only guy in handcuffs.
That's fine. We'll work on that, okay?
Yeah.
It's better if you face us and just sit in.
Yeah, I just have bad eyesight. That's why I'm always wearing glasses, right? I'm epileptic and all that.
Watch your head. There you go.
This got me short there. All right. So who's the detective?
I'll figure that out for you, and I'll get him over here, okay?
Okay, can you loosen this one up on the right side?
The right one? Come on out.
Oh.
Did it tighten on you? Yeah, it tightened on you. Hold on. There you go.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
You said the detective is coming this way?
Yeah, he's going to come over and talk to you, okay?
How much longer do you think this will be, man? Because I usually take off for St. Peter around 6 or 7.
You got work?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, well, sit tight. I'll go talk to him, okay?
All right, thank you.
It's like, my thing is this: you got a job. It's like, my thing is that you get out of prison, you spent 12 years in prison, you get out, you get a job, you move to a different area, you had a second chance, and I feel like that, yeah, he had that one thing that like overall caused him to, you know, I feel like that he probably, there were so many different signs that he could have paid attention to where it was like, okay, it's like, you know, like you whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, don't do it. This is your sign. This is your other sign. This is your sign, you know. And it's like he just ignored all that stuff, went out, killed that guy for no reason. It's pretty much, and because I don't know, like it just seems like he just got like this, you know, like just this weird behavior going on. Maybe he might be on drugs, I don't know, but it's just one of those things where it's like you very well could have just escaped that whole lifestyle, you know. Keep the tattoos, you know, be hard, you know, do all this other, but it's like I just felt like that how he went about, like, you know, pretty much and I had to say, like, these are his final few moments of life, you know, because the rest of his life is just going to be confined to a prison, whether they give him life or death row, but regardless, it's like, these are his last few moments of life, and it's like, I don't even think he realizes that. It's like, enjoy this, like, outside, looking at houses, seeing just all this, like, this beautiful land and stuff, because it's like, for the rest of your life, it's like, you're going to be serving, all that in prison. And that, to me, I had to say that's much more scarier than, I guess, like getting out of prison and then living a lifestyle where you got to now adapt to a world that's 12 years older than when you last saw it. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like you really got to sit down and weigh the scales. It's like, okay, live my life like trying to adapt to this new world, or go right back to prison. It's like, come on now.
I don't know where the elevator is.
Oh my God.
Good one.
I'm just
Just
sore,
gonna call
man.
this something right in this door, bud.
Just trying to get in shape, man. I work security at night, so it's pretty physically demanding, bro, you know.
I don't have a pair on me, but I want to put them in the front.
Okay,
you know,
yeah,
and then I'll make sure that you get them.
They're not ours. I have no idea who's.
Oh, they're
who's
from the
there.
scene? Okay.
Yep.
A little better in the front?
Oh, man.
All right, let's go and grab a seat, bud.
Immediate
Go and sit.
relief. Yes, sir. What, to the chair or something?
No, just give me two.
Up in the front, or
All right.
you just put them together like that.
Just give me 2 thumbs up real quick.
Alright, so I have gray drawstrings on these ones.
Are they actually?
I got gray, looks like a red on one, and I got a white one, not a.
The police wasted no time and entered Oscar's house once the search warrant was secured. What they were about to discover would leave them utterly shocked.
Rock and roll, boys.
Because it sounded like everything happened in that guy's room, so.
I gotta fall back to the setup. Alright. Rifle, I'll just get out. Rifle, just get over here.
And that's honestly probably what they're gonna do. They're gonna probably send him off to the station, get the search warrant to search his room, find all the evidence that they need to find, and then once they start questioning him about the whatever the contents were in his room, then they're gonna report that back to the detective. Now the detective has he has a case against this guy to just get him to admit to the crime. And it's like, because that's honestly the only thing that he can do is admit to the crime, and then because then probably the only two options is if so when he goes into court, he takes a plea deal, they give him life in prison, or if he doesn't take a plea deal and he decides to take it to trial, then it's like, then he might end up getting the death penalty. If not, 50-50 chance of whether or not he gets life or death. But anyways,
Sheriff's office search warrant, come to the door! I got you. Dog behind you. You're good. Alright, you guys are
well, if anybody's on here, we're
right here.
master bedroom, master bathroom, and kitchen are good so far. We're still checking the rest.
All footage, including scenes from inside the house, has been censored by the police department. However, according to their reports, there was a hole in the living room tile surrounded by blood and multiple blood spatters on nearby objects. One of the dining table legs in an adjacent room was stained with blood. Wow. A wedding ring and other personal items later identified as Randall's were found, along with apparent bloodstains on the bathroom floor. Multiple black trash bags containing suspected human remains, confirmed to belong to Randall, were scattered around the house.
There's 2 trash bags in the garage too. One's got flies all around it. So the rug in the front looks like some blood on it, and then in the master shower there's a mop with like red stains all over it. So there's a bunch of hand saws and saws and shit in the garage. So I was laughing at myself. No, I was just like, get out of there, and I ripped it out. I was like.
Oscar's dad told the police that Oscar had moved to Florida to live near him. It was his dad who had hired a driver to ferry Oscar to work, and it was his dad who had placed the food order that cost Randall his life.
Wow.
However, despite the officer's best efforts to get information out of Oscar, reports say he told them nothing.
30-year-old Oscar Solis is now behind bars, but the sheriff says he's not talking.
He's 30 years old. It's like, fam, he's 2 years older than me. It's like, look, if he think that, like, oh, it's like I'm 30, I got this 9 to 5, like I ain't got nothing going good for myself. I'm like, fam, that was whatever you were thinking about yourself, where you thought like the only lifestyle I can have is just straight up prison. That's just a lie. I'm like, any lifestyle that you wanted, I'm like, fam, and the thing is, it's like, I know it's like I always go straight to content creating, because I'm like, that's what I did. I'm like, I thought, because I was like, I just remember after I graduated high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was going to enlist in the military, but I was like, military ain't for me. So I'm like, what else do I got? I got to looking around, and I'm like, I've been doing this content creating stuff for a minute. You very well could have been a content creator. I almost like spilled my energy drink, but you could have been a content creator. You could have been a musician. You could have, whether it was like rapping or music production. I'm saying it's like if you go online, whatever it is that you want to get into, I'm saying there's either like schools that you can go to practice that stuff, or tutorials that you can find on YouTube to figure it out, whatever it is. But your life isn't thrown away because you turn 30 or you're getting older. It's like, that's life, bruh. Everybody's gonna get older, but you shouldn't throw your life away because you're getting older. So anyway,
We're gonna have you step on that black tray while he's working with you.
Alright, just tell me where to go.
Yeah, man, I'll let you know when. He's just offering around your waist. You could take the sleeves off and just go shirtless.
he had to have been
So
high
the stuff
though.
that you had on when you came here, the detectives are taking. Okay, so those stay with us.
We're gonna seize your phone.
Probably so they in case it has like blood on it and stuff, then they can use that against them.
Alright, we'll get my phone back eventually.
So one step at a time. Don't try to take more than one. Just there, and then this little one, and then up, okay?
Later, residents of the houses near where Randall's car was found were contacted for any additional information.
Hey, how you doing? Pasco Sheriff's Office. I got a question. So we had it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm sorry. Wait. I see the car over there for, I don't know. For the car over there, somebody called.
Oh, they left you a card?
I don't know. The car over there for the sheriff?
Yeah.
For the call, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So yeah, well, I'm probably asking what he was wanting to talk to you about. So I see you have cameras. Do they work?
Yes, both. Yeah, this was, this is not yet.
It's gonna be a bald guy, bald shaved head, big guy, with tattoos on his face.
Oh, están buscando un hombre, tiene tatuaje, está pelado calvo.
What a sicko, man. God damn. Where were the bags?
They were right there.
You can, when you pass by here, you can kind of smell it.
Yeah, he's like right here, and then there's one right here.
Jesus Christ.
What he did was demonic. But at the same time, we couldn't answer the question why. What the relationship? There doesn't appear to be any relationship. All it appears is that there was a gentleman who was working, was doing his last delivery of the night, and this person killed him for no reason. And he took him away from his family.
Melanie DeZoba talking about her stepdad.
He was perfect in every way. Perfect dad. Always there, just no matter what.
His life taken suddenly at the hands of a stranger.
I still have a voicemail on my phone from last Monday of just his voice and him telling me how much he loves me and how much he's there for me.
Cook was a talented
That's
graphic
messed up.
designer, according to DeZoba. He was doing Uber Eats recently to make some extra money. A humble man, she says, never said anything bad about anyone.
He was the most perfect man, and I can hope that there's a guy out there even close to him.
2 days after Randall went missing, his daughter posted a piece written by her mother about what the family was going through. Randall had been the sole breadwinner, and what happened to him had completely devastated the family. It was heart-wrenching even for the deputies to deliver the news.
That's messed up.
It's okay.
That's probably like the like out of all the things, it's like I have to say there's probably like two bad things that in a situation like this is discovering the person is dead and then having to report back to the family that that person is dead. That's honestly, I feel like that's the worst part. It's like, yeah, like, you know, arresting the guy, trying to interview him and all that other stuff. Yeah, that's just gonna be stressful. But I feel like this is the ultimate like level of stress where it's like you gotta like you discover that the person's dead. They're like wishing that they were alive and things, and then having to report back. That's something where I'm like, if I'm a cop, I'm like, I don't even know if I would be able to do something like that. And it's like having to do it like just time after time over and over again. Yeah, that's just something where I'm all like, there needs to be tighter laws, you know, with people where it's like, yeah, it's just, even then, it's like still people are gonna break them laws and then do what that guy did, and it's like there wasn't even no reason for it, you know. It's just one of those like things where he just gets a thrill of doing something crazy, or he was just high off drugs, and you know, it's like I honestly think that he probably took some drugs that just, you know, it really messed him up. And that's why he killed that guy. Still not an excuse. I'm just saying, like, I guess if people are looking for an answer, That's honestly the only thing that I could possibly think of, was that man was high off of something, or yeah, he just has like some straight up mental issues to where he thought that was normal. But it's like, yeah, when he's spending the rest of his life in prison, he'll realize that it ain't normal.
Sit down on the porch. Yeah, my sister should be here in a minute.
Listen to me. Listen to me. We're gonna work through this, okay? We will. Okay?
So it was him.
It was. That's what they're.
Yeah.
That's what
Do
they're-
you know why they did this to him?
At this point, yeah, they're involved in this investigation. They can't say a lot,
Okay, I got
and it'll
it.
come out. So let's
I
wherever
just
you
keep
want
waiting
to go.
for him to come
I know.
home.
That's the
This
worst.
can't be real.
Well, unfortunately, it is, and we will get through it. I mean, you will. You have.
And when you get these people,
It's like, if I'm that cop, I'm like, I've been checking on that family every single day for the rest of my life. I'm like, nah, I'm like, you guys is coming over for holidays. Y'all is, I'm checking on, it's going to get to a point where I'm probably going to be annoying, to where it's like, okay, you can chill out now. Like, you ain't got to keep coming over to my house, checking up on me and all that stuff. But I'm like, yeah, it's just stuff like that where I'm like, nah, I just can't. And that's probably one of the main reasons why I couldn't be no cop. It's like that, and probably like, because I know I always say that and it'd be over something silly, but I'm like, I think just having that part of like having to see somebody like break down in tears crying because their loved one isn't coming home, it's like, yeah, it's just it's really messed up. It really is messed up. But you know, it's like, that's like I said, I'm like, that's probably the main and ultimate reason why I could not be no cop, is having to report to a person that, yeah, your loved one, like that body that we discovered earlier, that was them. And then, you know, it's just, yeah, that's just tough. That's one of those things where I'm like, I couldn't do that.
everything. I'm throwing everything at him.
No, I mean, and
understandable.
the one good
Burn
thing
them with
about it,
oil.
I could tell you is when Pasco detectives get on something, they're like bloodhounds, they're like werewolves, they're like, it's
Yeah.
no
And I'm
sense.
getting the.
You okay?
I get these seats.
Okay.
My mind can't handle this.
Let's go sit. Let's go sit.
My mind.
We're gonna sit. All right, come on. We're good. It's okay.
And that's how that stuff happens. It's like, it's just waves of anger, sadness.
Let's slow down. You guys.
It's like, took that man's life for no
My mind
reason.
isn't accepting this.
It's gonna take.
We'll get water and everything.
Are they boys or girls?
I'm not having, you know. Go ahead. It's just so much. So.
Yeah, hey, listen. Nice deep breaths.
Take deep breaths. Remember what we did last night with the EMT, remember?
But she's gonna explain some things.
Like, that's one thing that I will say about dealing with a loss, because past like year earlier this year, my cousin, he passed, and then last year my uncle, he was shot and killed. And it's tough, you know. It's like, it's something that it's like, the thing is this, like, I was like managing, you know, to, I guess, like, because it was tough dealing with my uncle's passing, you know, because it's like trying to figure out like what happened, why it happened, all that other stuff. And then again, like, you know, like just dealing with like the depressing side, then trying to remember the good times and all that, you know, it's tough. And then it's like you having a conversation about him, then you just remember that it's like, dang, he's not here with us no more. So it's just like, then you try to avoid having a conversation. And so it's just that, like, it's tough dealing with a loss. But then it's like, okay, then I kind of started like, you know, regaining like how, not so much as like how I felt before, but I was just managing to like hold on to that pain. But it's like, it's not like this heavy pain or this dark cloud. Like, it's starting to clear up a little bit. Immediately after that, then my cousin passes away. And this is like my cousin that I grew up with. This is my cousin that I've known since I was a kid. Like, if he wasn't cousins, we probably would have been brothers, you know. But yeah, it's like he passes. And so now that's just something that's just constantly running through my head. And it's like, anytime when I get to thinking about him, then it's like I think of that last moment, seeing him in the hospital and stuff. And yeah, it's tough. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's just, it gets easier, but I will be lying like if I say that it's like not gonna be like heavy on you. Like dealing with a death, it is gonna be heavy on you. But I have to say that like that is one thing. It's like, just keep your spirits up and just remember the good times you had with that individual, because that's honestly, I feel like that's the best possible thing that you can do. Because even just like when people, they be dealing with like celebrity deaths, and I'm not trying to compare that to a family death, but it's like that's one thing that that people watch. Like if it's like an actor, they'll watch their movies. If it's a musician, they'll listen to their music. Whatever the situation is, they just put themselves back in that time frame of when it's like things were just good. So yeah, it's like that's honestly what you have to do when dealing with a death. But yeah, it's like as the time goes on, like the weight does get lighter. And yeah, eventually it's just one of those things where it's like, you think about it, but it's not going to have you in the like in this current position where it's like, you just go through this like waves of sadness and anger. And and the thing is this, however long it takes to just I guess like just have it where like that pain is easier to manage, take however much time you need to take. It's like it's one of those things where it's like, don't, if there's anybody in your ear telling you, oh, it's like he died so long ago, let it go, this and that, blah blah blah, I'm like, slap them people in the face. If not slap, punch them in the face. If not punch, kick him in the face. It's just one of those things where it's like, do not let nobody tell you how to manage your pain. Because I'm like, that's one thing about it. It's like, pain is not manageable, unless you're the one managing it, but other people can't manage your pain for you. So anyway.
I know this is all one, you just got hit over the head with a frying pan right now, but she's going to explain things to her, going to make things help you with the process, okay? And we're here now.
I get anxiety attacks and seizures, so I get
Why did they do this? He was an angel. He was so bad, so we never fought. We laughed every night.
That's the last time I saw him was first riding.
I just hope I hope he just wasn't in too much pain when they killed him. We don't know anything. I just hope he had a heart attack before it happened.
The police had not shared the gruesome details with Randall's wife, but someone later contacted his daughter and revealed what had actually happened.
Dang. That's, yeah, if it's family, then it's, I just don't think I could be that person that, like, if I'm a friend, I can't be that person to tell, like, how their family died. It's like, if family, maybe, but still, I feel like that's just something that should be left up to the detectives. And I think that's how you have to go into that conversation. Like, did you guys talk to any detectives or whatever? And it's like, if they told, then it's like, okay, but if not, then yeah, I just don't feel like that's your place to tell them what happened, but I mean, yeah, it's just, I guess that's just, that's life at times.
Where did you get that stuff from? This lady found, okay, I'll let you read everything. You know how on Facebook I can tag county sheriff officer, all that they see my post of that, saying where he's missing. She contacted me last week saying all this stuff. So
that's how that stuff goes too. It's like, that's one thing about it with social media and the internet. When cases get big enough and when there's people at the scenes, you have people that report on that, and it's like, you know what? Well, I don't know. I don't think it might have not been this particular situation, but there's this movie that does kind of explain like how like the like paparazzis and photographers, like how them type of people, when they're able to find out a case and post about it before like detectives and news and everybody else can talk about it. So it probably was already trapped before it even made it onto the like nightly news or whatever. They were probably already talking about it on social media and things, and then the news just confirmed it, and then then it's just whatever details comes out, it's like, yeah, it's going to hit the internet before it hits the news. That's just how that type of stuff works. I'm like, you look at any celebrity's death, it's like, it's always like it hits TMZ and all them people, because them guys, they be right there at them scenes as soon as that stuff goes down. So if there were people gathering up at that scene, probably they heard it from a neighbor, heard it from a cop, And then yeah, that's just how that type of stuff goes down. And it's like, if you guys are talking about it on your radio, there's probably somebody there with like a radio thing where all they just need to do is just listen to what you guys is talking about. And then yeah, I'm like, that's how that stuff goes.
Mom said, you know, that you just got hit the head and this and that, a bunch of crazy stuff. So I didn't want to tell her. I just wanted to know for myself, because I don't need her to know all that. I don't know who this person is. Even my boyfriend said stop talking to her. She could be a part of something.
So is it just a random person?
Yeah, even the news.
I wouldn't even go on, because I'm sure there's stuff on Facebook when I wouldn't.
That's crazy. It's one thing when you're a friend or a family member. A random person, I definitely couldn't do that. I definitely couldn't be no random person all like, oh, by the way, did you see what happened to your relative or something? I'm like, it didn't tell them. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy for somebody to do that. That's super insensitive.
I just felt so bad because when he dropped me off after work about 2:30, he didn't want to go back out. And I said, well, we kind of need the money, maybe a couple hours. I should have just kept him here.
Yeah, see, that's going to go, you got to put that bullshit out of your head.
You can't put that on yourself.
Yeah. You cannot put that.
You did nothing wrong, he did nothing wrong, okay?
And what would he want you to do right now? Would he want you to break down and fall apart or be strong? I mean, these sound like cliches,
I know, but it's
but
true.
you know that this guy's a gentle guy.
Excuse me, Melanie. Yeah.
Listen to me, you need to keep her. When we leave, I mean, obviously she's got me to call Laura.
I leave in a couple hours. We're only riding back home because my car's not drivable until this weekend. I'm trying to get my car good. So I've been out of work. I live by myself.
So are you going back?
Thank you, baby.
All right. Picked up that seriously.
Thank you very much.
Who would do this? Like,
why? Why didn't they just take the freaking
and
car?
he didn't have any enemies or anyone that hated him or like a drug deal gone wrong or like some weird, stupid, crazy.
The family was going through an unimaginably tough situation, and the officers were doing their best to ensure they didn't feel helpless.
Do you know anything about like that suspect that like was in that video that was surrendering himself or anything?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. I was just curious about that.
And then I heard there was more than one suspect, that there's 3. Then I heard something horrifying that I don't even want to repeat. That happened to him. Because I am taking them to court.
They are.
I'm doing it, or I'm going to douse them myself with gasoline.
No, don't do that. Don't do that one.
That's all I you do it.
Hey, look, my thing is this: if I'm a cop, I would try to do everything in my power to stop her. But let's just say if a lunch break happens and I can't stop her, then so be it, you know? It's just one of those things where it's like, I guess I'm like, just, you know, maybe I shouldn't come out and say the things that I want to say, because, yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, there wasn't no reason to kill that man. He ain't did nothing to him besides deliver him some food. So it's things like that where it's all like, whatever comes to that guy, you brought down yourself, so.
I'll let you do that.
We give you permission.
Burn them in oils when I wanted to.
Kathy, real quick.
Funeral home stuff. We're gonna talk about that after.
Okay. Because I could possibly help you out with that. So don't, before you go do anything.
Okay, I'll talk to you.
Let me know, yeah.
All right.
And the boss was already buying me food tonight, and I remember him. My best friend's like, the boss is gonna buy you food.
Oh, that's so nice. That's good. There's some good news.
Because I'm not doing good at Carrabba's.
Well, I'm gonna try to get you some Greek food up here too, because the Sponge Docs ought to start. Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, if I'm those cops, I'm like, hey, look, I'm like, no, we're gonna call like for some backup to just, you know, to take our positions, but we going over, when we all get up, we're all going over to their house and we're eating dinner and we're gonna be there for that family. But I'm like, that's just, I don't know, and I know I wouldn't be able to do that with everybody, but I'm like, I would try my best.
No, I mean, you know, come here.
I know
now you have, it's all, you're gonna get flooded with this.
He was more than a father to her than her own father.
That's what I was just telling you.
And it's just that I keep getting ripped off. You know, my mom died 56, my dad 61, him 59, and I've already outlived all of them. Just crazy. Well, at least I got a lot stronger today than yesterday, because if I would have had a double whammy yesterday, I don't think I would have made it.
We went to, what was that called?
I took her for a little ride. All our favorite places.
Yeah, Miss Vicky's. And then that little park right there, it's on the beach. I go, oh, this is so cool. Yeah. See, I go to do stuff like that all
I felt so
my
much better getting out of the house.
I sit by myself all the time.
Came home, ate, and then this.
Oscar had a long criminal history, including battery, robbery, resisting arrest, and more, and had always been known as a violent individual. For Randall's murder, he was initially charged with parole violation and failure to register as a convicted felon. Once Randall's remains were identified, Oscar was charged with murder during the commission of a robbery. Currently behind the bars, Oscar's trial has been scheduled in January 2025. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on screen.
We know he's gonna
Click
be found
to watch
guilty.
now.
Like, if he's found not guilty, I'm like, nah, then the system is messed up. But yeah, I just know he's definitely gonna be found guilty for that, because it just wasn't even no reason. So it's like, because that's just something that I never understood about robberies. If you're gonna rob a person, rob them. Don't kill them. I'm like, and my thing is this. I'm like, I feel like nowadays you got where a lot of people out there are they're willing to give their stuff up. It's like they're not gonna put up no fight with nobody. It's like, yeah, it's like if you getting robbed, you just give up your stuff. But it's like, and it just sounds like that guy, it's all like, just based on how his family, how they were talking about him and stuff, and then just even the photos that they were showing of him, he didn't look like no guy that was gonna put up a fight for any of his things. It's like whatever money or valuable things he had, he most likely he gave that stuff up, no problem about it, and went on about his business. But it was like killing him, it was unnecessary. There just wasn't even no reason to kill that guy. So yeah, it's just messed up that, we live in a world where there's people that carry on like that. But yeah, it's like there's a place for them, and it's called prison, and it's called that for the rest of their life. And then, wherever they go afterwards, that's where they go, but yeah, it's just, it's just really messed up and unfortunate that people got to fall victims to somebody's just messed up mindset. But yeah, overall though, it's like, that's one thing about it, that the family, I feel like that this situation is going to make them stronger than ever. I'm like, there's going to be things that happen to them where it's going to be super minor compared to that, but they're going to be like, huh, all right, and then, just going about their business. And then with this, that Oscar guy, I feel like that, like, his mindset is just gonna just deteriorate, and he's just gonna get weaker and weaker as the time goes on. So then I'm like, I'm like, that's far more messed up than anything else that you could possibly deal with, where it's like you're losing who you are and stuff. And I'm like, I imagine that that Oscar guy, like, deep down inside, he probably was a good person, and that's saying a lot about him compared, like, like, talking about, or like, just outside of the things that he did, it's like he probably overall was a good person, and that's saying a lot. But it's just one of those things where it's just, yeah, I don't know, I feel like that it just, you can't say nothing good about that man, because he probably always was an evil person. So it's like, that's something where it's like, I can't even, like, be positive with him. It's like, nah, it's stuff like that. It just don't make sense to me. It's like, that man ain't did nothing to you, and you killed him for no reason. So I'm like, whatever happens to the Oscar dude. But anyways, make sure, if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Police Insider. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys, and peace.